God works. So when we use the violet transmuting flame today, I want you to understand that it has the tendency of boiling up through the consciousness. So let us now utilize the violet transmuting flame in order to free ourselves from what may be termed the attic or basement debris of our consciousness. You know, you can have debris in your basement, but you can also have it in your attic. How is that? Quite simply, in the basement, this is where the low order of human thoughts materialize. In other words, suspicion is one of these. If I look at my friend, or I look at the stranger, or whoever I look at, and I decide perhaps he has a bad motive, I may be suspicious of everything that he does. So as I am suspicious of what he's doing, I begin to deal with the basement side of life. And there are so many thoughts besides that. There are all types of thoughts that are human, that are involved with the basement side of life, and the debris that is in the basement. But some people have the idea that when we come to the attic of life, which is the side where we aspire to something higher, that then we're free of all of that. Not so when you're in the human. Because the great masters one time told me, they said, you cannot help it if a bird lands on your head, but you do not need to let him build a nest in your hair. Do you understand that? I mean, quite simple. All people practically at one time or another become victims of mass thoughts. The thoughts of the people, you see, flood into their consciousness. Unwanted thoughts, undesirable thoughts. You say to yourself, what a terrible thing that I thought this. Don't be alarmed. The bird is landing on your head. You don't want him, so you kick him out and tell him to fly away. Go about his business. Because your thoughts are going to be orderly thoughts. Thoughts of brotherhood, of decency, and of the mastery of yourself. This is the difference between a master and a slave consciousness. The world is full of slaves, and they all think they're masters because they master their ego. Do you understand? In other words, because they can try to impress someone with their own importance. But in reality, the greatest gift that any man can have is a gift of simple honesty, directness, love. That's what a little child means. And Christ said, if you don't receive the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God as a little child, you shall in no way enter in. You think about that. So we're going to use a violet flame right now, and we're going to use it this way. I am a being of violet fire, followed by, I am the purity God desires. You see the point? I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. Now, when you give this decree, in order to attune with the masters, it is desirable that you concentrate upon the color of violet, similar to that which you see here in my shirt, although that's not a perfect example of it. A better example is to be found in the chart surrounding the lower figure in the chart. It's a pale yet vibrant color of violet. You concentrate upon that color, and you think of the color in the background of your mind all the time you're saying the decree. And then you intensify the power of your thought. This does not have to mean that you are stepping up the volume of necessity. Let the volume step up because it's automatic. Don't try to force it or compel it. This is one point I want to make to your group. Volume alone may become coarse if it is not accompanied by the mastery of the angelic hosts. Angels do exist. And so we want you to use this violet transmuting flame together now And we will say it quite a while, because I will give you an example of the chants that are used, for example, in India, some of the mantrams, like Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Bandhanant Mrityor Mokshya Mamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Bandhanant Mrityor Mokshya Mamritat. You see. Now, this time, instead of using that mantram, we're going to use I am. And when we say I am, we're going to feel that we are. And why are we? Because the Spirit of God is. Knock down all the people in the world until they're all out of this world, and God would still be here. The wind would still blow through the trees. Life would still go on in the nature world, but man would be absent. So what is it that endures forever, that is unmoved, like the giant redwoods of California or the cedars of Lebanon? What is it? It is the Spirit of God that remains presiding over all nature. And we in our spirits may remain thus also, for we are a spirit as God is. And through the purification of our spirits and the development of the Christ consciousness, we come into the similitude of God once again. And this is man's natural God estate. So we will chant this, I am, and feel when you say I am that you are. Not that you're here today in 1972. But you've been here back in the year 1000, the year 4000, 5000 BC. It doesn't matter. Go back 1,000,000 years. You have always been here. That's what's chanting. Not this temporal personality, but the living truth. So let us do this together. Please separate hands and feet. There's a purpose behind this. I can explain it later. And you may hold the palms of your hands upward, resting lightly in your lap. You will not need your books for this. Together. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I want you to take notice how the increase of the vibrational frequency has the tendency to act as a centrifuge, to throw off the emotional whirl of human despair and to replace it by a vibrational aspect similar to negatively charged ions that can be recognized after a rain, after a storm. Because it gives a feeling of elan, of vibrancy, of buoyancy, of vitality, of awareness of God. This is always important in the meditational experience, Without it, individual man may feel very limited, being cast only in the mold of his outer intellect and the either successful or unsuccessful exploitation of the egos of others. We must recognize then that the authority for each life stream, for each individual, is his own beloved mighty I Am presence. We must recognize that it is the God in individual man that is able to enfold in him, to unfold his identity and the latent powers that are inherent within man.